I heard an idea from someone I knew, and it sounded really interesting. It's the idea that all three Abrahamic religions are going to form together one day. There's a third Abrahamic religion, but they're like really tiny, so I might put a link to them in the description. So it's basically the three Abrahamic religions are Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. They're all connected as the same grouping of religions. I mean, they're all very similar to each other. I've read the first two parts of the Quran, the intro, and then there's like Al Baruka, or I suck at other languages. It means the cow. Anyway, the first part of the Quran reads like a short summary of the Old Testament. Like a lot of the same myths are still there. And the idea I've heard is that since all these religions are going to form together, especially the less power that they have, the more that they start getting pushed out by like atheism and stuff like that. And he points to the fact that, and I agree with him, that Christianity used to not be united as one big religion like it is now. Like there's still a divide between Catholic Christians and non-Catholic Christians. But overall, Christianity seems to be uniting more, to the point where even Mormons are now brought into the Christian fold rather than being their own thing. Even they're putting aside their differences because they're close enough. And the thing is that actually Islam, Judaism, and Christianity come from the same roots and have a lot of the same ideas and same like philosophies on stuff. So they might be close enough to one day unite in Arabism. So you can say that you're Abrahamism. So yeah, you can say you're an Abrahamist. And then you can go into what denomination of Abrahamists you are. Like how you can say now that you're a Christian of the Baptist denomination. Like in the future you might be able to say I'm an Abrahamist of the Islamic genus of the Shiite species. Or I'm an Abrahamist of the Catholic variety, or an Abrahamist of the Reform Judaism variety. I've heard the analogy, it seems pretty good, that the Abrahamic religions are like episodes in the trilogy. Like Judaism is Abrahamism episode 1, Christianity is Abrahamism episode 2, and Islam is Abrahamism episode 3. Yeah, because they do, if you read the text, they do have a lot of similarities with each other. They're both Abrahamic. They're all Abrahamic one. The only big difference is that one of these three believes that Jesus is a God-man, and the other two see him as just a really wise prophet, or like a wise guy. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean like wise and like he's like a philosopher type, full of wisdom and all that jazz. So that might be the difficult part of it. But if these religions become less fundamentalist, as they do seem to be becoming more or less fundamentalist over time, although I'm a little worried about Islam right now, but I still have hope that all religious extremism throughout the world will just start to weaken over time as the world becomes more Western. I mean, right now religion's becoming a lot more weak in the West, especially in America, North America, and Northern Europe. So yeah, once they become less doctrinaire, they can at least see themselves as this united Abrahamism faction while still recognizing their internal differences. So yeah, I guess my question to you is, what do you all think of the idea of one day there being an Abrahamism? Like I know right now it seems ridiculously impossible for all three Abrahamic religions to get together under the Abrahamism title. But just imagine how impossible it seemed to people living 100 years ago, the idea of all Christianity uniting. Like how, especially to like Irish people because of their whole Protestant versus Catholic fight, the idea of them, both Protestants and Catholics, uniting under the broader title of Christianity and Christian rather than being these particular factions. Or how crazy do you think they would have thought it to think of Mormonism as being within the same religious fold of Christianity. So yeah, it's even though it seems impossible now, it seems entirely possible in the future.